Alright, y'all, welcome to Amin Luffy's official Minesweeper tutorial. And just as it sounds, I'm gonna go over as simply as possible how Minesweeper works, how the game is played, or at least how I play it, because I've never seen someone else play actually. And in a way, I'm gonna explain it in a way so that even if you've never heard of the game or never played the game, you should be able at least get into it after watching this. So yeah, if you didn't know, the reason why I'm starting here on Google is because you could look up Minesweeper on Google. It's a free game. Literally, if you go on Google, type Minesweeper, the first thing that pops up is this tab thingy, and if you press play on it, bang, you're already playing Minesweeper. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, I'm actually recording 10 p.m. I was actually gonna record this earlier, but oh well, that ended up being now. Anyway, when we started off at easy, should also mention that this is the Linkin Park special. So, woohoo! Exciting stuff. Finally passed them in video count. This is going to be my 580th video, and Linkin Park now has 580 videos. So I'm passing them. If you guys didn't know, Linkin Park is obviously my favorite band. So that's why it's a little special thingy, but nothing too important. Um, so yeah, I do want to get right into it. Before before I really click on anything or do anything, I do want to say the essence of this game is essentially um, the essence of this game is essentially that sentence was dumb. Anyway, to put it in simple words, I'd say this game is basically proof of contradiction. The game. That's what this entire game revolves around. Contradiction. That's it. That's all there is to it. And you'll see what I mean once we get into it. Obviously, if you play the game, you'll know what I mean. But if you've never played the game, you'll see what I mean. And a little side thing before we really get into it. This game does involve RNG. So whether you like it or not, it has RNG. Now, I know there's versions of the games on different websites and apps that allow for the game to be played without RNG, but I'm not too personally too keen on that. I like to play on with RNG, and there is a specific reason for that, and that is because people underrate how you can actually use RNG to your advantage. People completely neglect that and go, "Oh yeah, Minesweeper is a bad game because it involves RNG, right?" But you can actually use it not just to your advantage, but you can actually be smart about it, right? If there's an 80% chance of there being a bomb, that doesn't make sense. Well, it does, it does. If there's a high chance of there being a bomb, you shouldn't click on that space. You should click on a space where there's a lesser chance where there's a bomb. I'll explain as we go later on, but I'm going to be starting off at easy, just to make this as easy as possible to explain. This game is basically so there's a huge field here, basically, right? Many blocks, um, or fields as you call them. I think they're called fields officially, and within these fields are bombs. Yes, bombs. And when you click on those bombs, you die. Game over. So you don't want to click on those bombs. Now, luckily, the first click always doesn't have a bomb. So no matter where I click, I can click anywhere I want. There's no bomb. The game guarantees at least that much for me, thankfully, or else the game would be extremely unfair. And people already complain about the game being unfair, so you know, we can just click anywhere and boom, click in the middle. Ooh, that's very loud. Should probably lower my 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 sound here. That should be good. And now you'll see a lot of numbers, a big open space here in the middle, and you'll see a lot of numbers around. Now what those numbers mean, what they indicate, is that there's a mine or a bomb, if you will, whatever you want to call it, is within a 1 field radius of it, both horizontally and vertically and diagonally. So within these 8 fields around it, there's one bomb, right? So for example, if you look at this one, right, this one says that there's a bomb within an 8 field, you know, the field surrounding it. There's a bomb around it. That's what this bomb indicates. And soon you'll see what I mean by proof of contradiction. And so the goal of the game is to click on every space, every field that doesn't have a bomb in it. That's how you win the game. Hooray! So if you look at this one, like I said earlier, this one says that there's a bomb anywhere around it, right? So the bomb could be up there. Well, obviously not, because it's an open field, right? These are all open fields, right? The only fields where the bomb could be are in these green fields, as you can see here, right? That's where these 10 bombs could be. Speaking of which, yeah, these flags, that's the amount of bombs left. And if you right click, you can, for example, mark a bomb. Like I say there, oh, I just marked the bomb being there. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that there is a bomb there. I just put the flag there. So this flag could be completely wrong. Just so you know. I'm going to put that off for now. So what this one says is that there's a bomb within an 8 field radius. I know I've said this a couple of times, but it can be hard to understand. So consider this, at the beginning at least, it can be hard to understand. So basically there's no bomb there, and there's no bomb there, and then there's no bomb there, okay? Because these are all open fields, right? And then there's no bomb there, then there's no bomb there, right? So within its radius, the only place the bomb could be is either there or there, right? And this is what people mean a lot when they say it's a 50-50 chance, right? A lot of situations will be like this, where the bomb could either be up there or down there. It'll be a 50-50 shot, and you wouldn't know. So that's why a lot of people get angry at the game and say the game is bad, it's not that good of a game, because it's a 50-50 shot. And a lot of times it is like that. It is RNG. Luckily this isn't one of those cases, because you probably figured it out already. This one says that there's one bomb in a 1 field radius beside it, and the only place it could be is in this green block. So you'll soon also know what I mean by proof of contradiction. So I'll put a mine there by using right click, and that basically marks my mark of there being a bomb. And as you can see here, there's 9 bombs left. And now that I've marked this one will agree to this one saying that there's a bomb there, if that makes sense. So this one is indicating that there's a bomb around it here, right? Around its radius. But if the bomb, that means that there's no bomb there, because if the bomb was there, then that will contradict this one being next to a corner block, meaning that there's no bomb around it. So there's no way that there's a bomb there, because this one says there's a bomb there. We can make a simple rule here. I think I will divide this into rules actually. So rule number 1 is if there's a 1 next to a corner block, there's always a bomb in that corner block. Now you can see this situation in other places in the field. For example, here, this one next to a corner block, there has to be a bomb there. 1 diagonally to a corner block, there's a bomb there. That's rule number 1, and that rule will be extremely useful. You're gonna use this basically every single Minesweeper game of your life. That's why it's rule number 1. It's super important. Remember this, because there's no way a bomb can be in any other field, because these are all open spaces. If I click, I can't click them, right? They can only be there. So the only thing this leaves then is that by using proof of contradiction, there can't be a bomb there. We could have also used this one, because if there was a bomb there, that will also contradict what this says again, if there was a bomb there. There's no way there's a bomb there, right? Because if there was a bomb there, this would be a 2 and this would be a 2. So there's no way. There can't be a bomb there, or it would contradict the rule that we made, that one next to a corner with no fields around, bomb in the corner. So yeah, no bomb there. We're completely safe from that. And if you follow the rule, one next to a corner, no bomb there. Now, for the sake of not finishing the game, I will also show you by the end what happens if you do click on a bomb. Like this one is a confirmed bomb by now, but I will show you all what happens if you do click a bomb. Nothing too spectacular. The game just goes bing, bing, like this. Some music pops up. Anyway, let's move on to something a bit more challenging. Well, I guess we can continue here first, right? Just like I said earlier, proof of contradiction. If there's a bomb there, there cannot be a bomb there, or else that would contradict this one next to a corner. That's rule number one. Rule number one is undefeated, alright? Remember that. So there's no way there's a bomb there. We'll get to this later. I mean, this isn't complicated either, but we'll get to that later, because I want to get into this too, alright? And I want to make this rule number 2 here. If there's a 2, right, this is basically rule number 1 except for 2s. If there's a 2, right, and there are only 2 blocks surrounding the 2 out of the 8 field radius, like I said earlier, surrounding it, that means that the 2 bombs have to be in these 2 fields, because it can't be anywhere else, or else it would contradict this being a 2. If there was no bomb there, then this would have to be a 1. It would contradict with this being a 2, right? If there wasn't. And if there wasn't a bomb there, same thing. This would have to be a 1. And then you get it. So there has to be a bomb there. Let's call this rule number 2, because this is 2. Get it? 2. Rule number 2. Rule number 1. So you got a 3 here. You got a 2 here. Ooh, this is something I want to use here in a second, because this is going to be very important. This is for both new players and experienced players. Very important to know what I'm about to explain here. But I'll get to that in a second, because that's a bit more complicated. So I'm gonna up the pace here a bit. Now that hopefully you've gone into the groove of things. This 2, as you can see, one of the bombs is there, and if we're going by the 8 field radius, like as explained earlier. Now obviously there's no fields here, right? Because it's the edge of the world, the map, I guess. So this becomes a 5 field radius, I guess you could say. But you get the point, right? Any blocks, any fields that are attached to it, basically. Now if the one bomb is there, that means the second bomb has to be there, right? Because all the other fields are open. Simple and easy. This 2, now that this 2 is cotton, we have this 2 and this 1. Simple enough. The bombs are there and there, and using that knowledge, there's no bomb there, or else that would contradict this being a 2. Yeah, you follow? Hopefully you're all following. If there was a bomb there, imagine there's a bomb there. This could not be a 1. This would have to be a 2 to explain that there's 2 bombs here, or mines, whatever you call them. And this would have to be a 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Now the other things could be, these could be fine and all. Right? This could still be a 2. This could still be a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? But these two would have to be changed to a 3 and a 2 if there was a bomb there. Now we know now that there isn't. So by using proof of contradiction, we know. And that's why I'm saying that this game is literally proof of contradiction. The game. Yeah. So if you're a bit of a more experienced player or know about the game, you might think, oh my god, he's spending so much time explaining such simple things. But remember, this is supposed to be a tutorial so that even complete beginners can start off and just follow along. Alright? The purpose is not to be an advanced tutorial. Well, I'll get a bit more advanced later on. For now, I'll keep it simple. This too says that there's a bomb within this 8 field radius. Now, since we know that there's a two bomb here because of rule number 2, we know that there are 2 bombs here. That means by using proof of contradiction that there can't be any bomb there. There simply can't be. So we know there isn't. Now we can follow along and go, just like using this, we can follow along and go like, oh, within this 8 field radius, I guess it wouldn't really be 8 field, 5 field, whatever. Considering the 2 bombs are there, that means there's no bomb there or there, right? Because these 2 are both connecting fields to this 2. But I'll lay off on that for a second, because I want to focus on this. Now this is going to be a bit more advanced, so time to turn your brain on here, right? Now what we have here is very interesting. What I'd like to do when I play the game, by the way, is I like to think whenever we have a 3 like this, for example, right? This 3 says that there's 3 bombs in the 8 fields around it, right? And what I like to do is, if we know that there's 2 bombs confirmed connecting to the 3, I like to think of it as a 1. Does that make sense? Because there's 2 bombs, that means this has gone from 3 to a 1. That means there's only 1 bomb in the 8 field here that is left out, isn't confirmed. So we know that there's a bomb either there, there, or there, right? That's basically what this 3 is indicating. So think of this as a 1. That's, I guess, my little tip for now. This isn't going to be a rule, it's just a mental trick you can use to help you out. You don't have to do it. I do it because it helps me out. It makes my thought process faster. You don't have to. What we do have here is something very interesting though, because if you use what I just said a second ago, this becomes a 1, a 2, and a 1. Now, if you've ever looked up, I guess if you look up Minesweeper tutorials, I bet they'll be like, oh, if you see 1, 2, and a 1, there's a bomb in the middle of these 3 fields, and then there's no bomb here, and then there's a bomb there and there. That's what they'll say, right? But I'm actually going to explain why that's the case, because I think it's very important. Basically, if you see a 1 and a 2 like this, right, with no fields up here, important that there's no fields up here, because if there's a field up here, this what I'm about to tell you won't work, and that's why it's important to understand that there has to be an open field here. This one doesn't necessarily matter. There could be a field here or here, whatever, but it's important that there's no field up here. I'll explain why in a second. If you have a 1 and a 2 like this, we can use proof of contradiction again. This 2 says that there's 2 mines with the 8 field radius. Now, from now on, I'm going to stop saying that. These 3 fields, right? That's where the 2 bombs are. This one says that there's a bomb in this 3 field radius. It wouldn't be a radius anymore though, would it? In these 3 fields, I guess. So this says that there's a 2, and these two bombs could, can be lined up in a lot of different ways, right? I mean, it could be like this, it could be like this, or it could be like this. Up. Wait a minute. No, we can't, because there's a 1 there, and this one says there's only 1 bomb here, not 2, right? So if you use proof of contradiction, both bombs can't be there, right? Only 1 bomb is here and here. There's no other way. Only 1 bomb is either right there or right there. That means that the second bomb has to be there, because if it's any other way, if there was no bomb there, then we can use rule number 2, just like we did earlier, and go like, oh, there's a bomb there and there. Let's imagine this isn't a bomb place, this is in the field place, then using rule number 2, which we know is confirmed 100% true all the time, these 2 fields are bombs. And that can't be, because this says 1. So by using proof of contradiction, there's no bomb there. Now again, this 3 is now happy, fulfilled, because it has three bombs attached to it. So we know that there's no bomb there or there, right? We could also be a bit more techy here, but by saying that, I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, considering that there's no bomb there, because this 3 confirms that there's no bomb there, we now know that there's a bomb here, right? And that's basically where that rule comes from. If you see a 1, a 2, and a 1, like if you remember earlier, I said that this will be a 1 because of these 2 bombs, making this go from a 3 to a 1, meaning that there's one bomb here. If you see a 1, 2, and a 1 like this, there's always bombs right there and right there. That's basically the explanation for that. You could have also gone the other way, right? This is 1 and this is a 2. Both bombs can't be there, right? According to this. Or else this would be a 4, right? This would be a 3. There's 4 mines now. So the bomb, one of the bombs has to be there. And by going with that logic, same thing applies this way. The second one has to be there. Now we could be a bit more techy with it, a bit more clever with this, right? Sometimes you won't always get a 1-2-1 situation like this. But what you will get is that, you know, you confirm that there's a bomb here now, right? Let's imagine this 3 don't exist now. So we'll have a 1 and a 1 here. So that means, if you think about it, this 2 says there's a bomb either right there or right there. Has to be. And this 1 will agree with that. Will be like, heck yeah, like there's a bomb there or there, right? What that means? What that means is that there can't be a bomb there, or else this 2 will be contradicted, right? If there's a bomb there, this one will be will apply with that. So there's no bombs here or here. But then this 2 can't be a 2 anymore. Get it? Get it? You follow? I hope you're following. This could be a bit hard to understand. But this 2 can't be a 2 if there's no bomb there or there, which there won't be if I'm right in saying that there's a bomb there. So that's something we only got by confirming that there's a bomb there and turning this 2 to a 1. We turn this into a 1, just like I said earlier. Bombs can turn back, I guess. You can lessen the numbers once one of the bombs is confirmed. So yeah, we know that there's no bomb there from what I just explained, and there's no bomb there, and there's a bomb right there. Beautiful. It's time to up the pace. This 2 says that there's the 2 bombs are here and here. That means there can't be a bomb there and there. We know we can click them off. This is a 1, right? Because there's a bomb there, so this becomes a 1. And this is a 1. And just like the rule, I guess we can make this rule number 3. If there's a 1 and a 1 like this, right? With more than 3 blocks like that, there can't be a bomb here. Because if there is a bomb here, then this 2 cannot be a 2. Because that would mean that there's no bombs here and here. So that's rule number 3, y'all. There you go. There's no bomb there. Hopefully you understood what I just did there. I explained it in detail earlier. I don't want to go through it in detail over and over again. So this 2 says there's a bomb there and there. That means there can't be bombs there and there. Beautiful. This 2 says that there has to be a bomb there because there can't be anywhere else. Bang. Now this 2 and this 3 both say that there can't be a bomb there because they're both applied to these other bombs. Now following up with this 3, there can't be a bomb there. That would contradict this being a 3. There we go. This 2, again, there's a bomb there because there can't be anywhere else in its radius. This 3 and this 2 confirm to us that there's no bomb right there. Boom. Upping the pace here now. Time to finish this. There's one bomb left, as you can see with the amount of flags I've put up. This becomes important, especially when you're playing hard mode. This one here says there's a bomb. There's no bomb there, so we can safely click on that. This one here is attached to this, so there's no bomb there. And we've done it. The last bomb was right there, by the way. And that's what happens when you win the game. And the game has like this happy, jolly music. We beat it in 999 plus seconds. Who knows how long. I also want to show you all what happens when you lose. So that's what happens. You click on a bomb and it goes like bang, you trash. That's all that happens. That's literally all that happens. Now I'm gonna go to medium mode and maybe later I'll go to hard mode. Let's start with medium, and or maybe I'll do the hard mode in a separate video. But for now I'm gonna go medium mode. Now this becomes even a bit bigger field. Now look at hard, like look at how big it is now. And this is what I usually play, by the way. But let's go to medium for now. There's 40 bombs in here, and let's have at it. Rule number 1. No bomb there, no bomb there. We're using our rule number 1, like always. Rule number 1. I'm actually not using a mouse right now. I'm using my laptop's touchpad, but whatever. Again, proof of contradiction. There can't be a bomb there. Can't be a bomb there. This one says that there can't be any bombs here. As you can see, no bombs here because this one is connected to this bomb. No bomb there. Ooh, open up a space. Alright, here we go. We got a 1v1 situation. Remember what this means? Bomb there and there. And if you haven't followed, that's okay. 1, 2. If both bombs are there, that's impossible. But as you can see, because this one wouldn't be a 1, it would contradict. So the second bomb has to be there. Opposite way counts as well. No bomb there. We're safe. We keep going. You know, no bomb there or there because of this 2. This one says there's no bomb there or there. Boom. This 2 says that there has to be a 1 bomb there. This is rule number 1, as you can clearly see. Just a revised version of rule number 1. If you have a 1 next to a corner block, you know, there's a bomb there. And the reason why I call this a 1, like I said, is because it gets reduced to 1 thanks to there being a bomb there. So this gets reduced to a 1. This also gets reduced to a 1 because of these bombs here and here. So there has to be a bomb there. And we keep going. This 3 connected to these 3 bombs. Boom, boom. As you can clearly see, I'm up the pace here, but yeah, you know, we gotta keep it going. This one is connected to this. There's no bomb there. Rule number 1. Bang. I guess we'll call this 1, 2. No, I'm not gonna call 1, 2, 1 a rule, but 1, 2. I guess we'll say that that's rule number 4. So yeah. Here we go. We can apply rule number 3 here. A 1 and a 1 next to like this 3 block thingy. Bang. No bomb there. That's rule number 3. If you remember from earlier. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's up the pace here a bit. Right? I'm not gonna explain my every move now, right? You guys kind of get it, right? There's a bomb there, because of this 2, right? I'm not gonna keep hard explaining every action I do. You know, eventually you have to up the pace. This 3, bomb there, so there has to be a bomb there. 1 next to a corner. You guys know the rule. Rule number 1. Here again, rule number 1. Again, rule number 1, rule number 1. This is exactly why rule number 1 is so important. It opens up so much for you, helps you out a lot. Here we got rule number 3, 1 and a 1 next to 3 blocks, no bomb there. And this 3 there has to be bombs there and there, or else, because there's no other place for these bombs to be. This 3, same thing, has to be within the 8-mile radius here. The 3 bombs have to be there. This is a 4, which is already connected to 4 bombs now, so there's no bomb there. This 3 connected 3 bombs, no bomb there and there. This one connected that bomb, so there's no bomb there and there, because it's within radius. This 2 follows up with that. This 1 actually follows up with that a lot, so there's no bomb there or there or there, because it's connected to these 3. Here again, we can use rule number 1. We can also use rule number 3 here. 1 and 1, there's no bomb there. There you go, no bomb there because of these 2 bombs. These 2 ones. Voila. You got a 1, 1, 1, 1, rule number 1. Rule number 1 here again. This 2 is connected to these 2 bombs. No bomb there. No bomb there. A bomb there because of this 3 and this 3 and also this 2. And there you go. So far we haven't had any chances, so that's good for us. But sometimes the game does get to RNG sections. So here, rule number 2, bomb is there, 3 bomb, no bomb there, no bomb there, no bomb there. There's a 3. The last bomb has to be there to apply for this 3. Here we got rule number 3, but it's sometimes, you know, the rules come in different forms. It's important for you to be able to see it. This 3 becomes reduced to a 1 because of these 2 bombs there. So this is 1 and this is 1. So this becomes another rule number 3 situation with there's no bomb there, as explained earlier. This is a rule number 2 right here. Here we go, we got this, bang. 4 bomb, okay, we don't know, so we'll wait on that for now. Here we got another rule number 3 actually, as you can clearly see, 1 and a 1, no bomb there. Here we got no bomb there, no bomb there. This one next to corner, that's rule number 1. This becomes a 1 because of this bomb, so 1 next to corner, rule number 1, there you go. There you go, no bomb there. Now, this, I'm not going to make this into a rule, but, oh, actually, this becomes rule number 2, actually. I don't have to make this into any rule. This becomes a 2, because of the bomb here and here, so it's connected to, and according to rule number 2, the next 2 bombs have to be there and there. Simple and easy. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. That's a reference to Kingdom Hearts. Alright, let's keep it moving. Bombs there and there. There's no bombs here and here. Ooh, okay. This is good. I like this situation. Now, we can make this rule number 3 extra. Okay, let's not complicate things that much. It's rule number 3, but it's in a different manner. So these two becomes 1s because of this bomb right there. So because of that, right? We have another rule number 3 situation, right? And what we know from that, usually rule number 3s is just like if there's 3 blocks here, right? That's how rule number 3s usually work. But in this case, we have a block here, or a field here too. So what happens then? Well, this one says that there's a bomb here and here, or here, right? And this one here will also agree to that, meaning that there can't be any bombs surrounding neither that one, that's rule number 3, or this one either. You follow me? So both of these will be, because there's a bomb there that will contradict this being a 1 or a 2, I guess, because of this. But I call it a 1 because of this field. I've explained this before. So that means that there can't be a bomb there, and there can't be a bomb there, or else I will contradict this being a 2, I guess I should say, to make this less confusing. There's obviously another way. You probably have noticed already. There's another way to deduce that there's no bomb there, because of this 3. This 3 says there's a bomb there and there. That means there can't be a bomb there or there. We know that now. But that's another like extra version of rule number 1. Rule number 3, I mean. Speaking of which, now it becomes an official rule number 3, because there's 1 and a 1, there's no bomb there. There you go. Here's another rule number 3. Rule number 3 is actually extremely useful. Okay. Rule number 5, do I go for it? Alright, rule number 5. This is actually very useful. This is actually so useful at one show. To remember this as a rule number 5. I forgot what rule number 4 was, not gonna lie to you guys, but what was the rule number 4? I think I did make a rule number 4, but rule number 4 was the 1-2s. Yeah. Because rule number 1 is 1 next to a corner, rule number 2 is 2 next to 2 blocks. Rule number 3 was the 1-1 next to a 3 block thing, radius thingy. And rule number 4 is the 1-2. Let's make this rule number 5, because this is super important. If you have a 1 here, in a situation like this, right, it might come off after you do a rule number 3, where there's no mine there, because it's rule number 3, right? No bomb there, 1-1. So what you'll have a lot is you'll have a 1 here, stuck these 2 fields, right? And what this 1 says is that there's a bomb either here or here. Now, Ads has gotten confused by this sometimes. I don't know if you guys have seen the Minesweeper video I've done before this, but Ads has gotten confused by me doing this before. Here, you finally get an explanation, not just to Ads, but to everyone. You finally get an explanation on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. There's a 1 here that says that there's a bomb here right there, right? And so that means whichever it is, we don't know what it is. It could be here, it could be here. It's a 50-50 shot. I don't know what it is. At least not yet anyway. Actually, okay, I know which one it is, but I'll leave that for later. But there's bomb here or here, right? And that's what this one says. Now, if you haven't noticed, it doesn't matter where the bomb is, whether it's there or there. This one will comply, will be like, yes, I agree, there's a bomb there, for example. And then, by following, proof of contradiction, there can't be any bombs up here, right? It doesn't matter which one of these there are, because I think that was Ad's problem with what I was doing, is that he was like, but you don't know which of these has a bomb. And I'm like, correct, but I know that either of these has a bomb. It doesn't matter which. This one will agree with that. When it's there, there's a bomb there. And if it's there, this one will comply either way. So we know these three blocks, because it's, remember, the 8 field radius, right? You know these three can't be bombs. Because of this one that says there's a bomb either there or there. This will agree to this. This is rule number 5. No bomb there, there, or there. Now this can become extremely useful. Extremely useful. I'm telling you all right now, this has saved me of so many games. Just knowing this, realizing this, it's a game changer. That's why it's rule number 5. A lot of times you'll be stuck, but then this will save you out of it. Okay, so the reason why I knew which one of them it was earlier is because this 3 has become reduced to a 1 because of these 2 bombs. This has become a 1. And we're using rule number 4 here. 1, 2, there's a bomb there. That's why I know it's that one. And same thing applies backwards. There's no bomb there and there's a bomb there. So there you go. Rule number 1, bang, bang, bang. Bomb there. Rule number 1, because this gets reduced to a 1. Bang. And there's no bomb there. Oh, click. There we go. And this one, no bomb there. This 2 and this 2 says there's no bomb there. This one says there's no bomb there. And now we have a 4 and a 3 that both agree that the last bomb has to be there. Now, we have 1 bomb left, according to the amount of flags I've put up. If I've put up the flags correctly. I highly doubt that I haven't put up the flags correctly. And so, we only have 1 bomb left, and there's only 2 fields remaining where the bomb could be. Now, sometimes this kind of situation would be a 50-50 situation, but in this case, it's luckily not, because of these 2s. But sometimes you'll have a 50-50 situation, and when that happens, you just have to click and pray. You can't really do much else. Sometimes it's truly unfair like that, but that's part of the game. However, I'm hoping now when I go play hard mode later on, that I'm able to show how it works. So now we know that's your bomb there, and the game's over. I hope y'all have enjoyed this Minesweeper tutorial. I'll be back for the hard mode in another video where I go for more techie plays and explain more on the RNG aspect of the game, hopefully. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. Peace. Bye bye.